we believe you can grow to be a millionaire in all 6 aspects of health. That's right, it's not just about your bank account. We also share tips every week to improve your physical, mental, spiritual, financial, intellectual, and your social health. Today, our episode is on how to improve your social health by finding your circle. If you have never seen Millionaires Are Made, this is the show built on the fundamental beliefs that every person you meet knows something you don't, and there's something to be learned from everyone in this big, beautiful world. We are on a mission to teach the world how to grow into the healthiest, happiest millionaires in all aspects of life. So we went out and got 3 awesome guests that are going to give us 3 awesome tips on how to improve our social health by finding our circle. In the spirit of authenticity, to remove as much bias as possible, we do not talk about our tips or advice backstage, so what you're about to hear from them is from their own journey, and I have not heard of it either. Audience, this is a very interactive show. Please ask questions, comments, all that fun stuff. We do answer them live. Real quick, I want to shout out some of our followers. Thank you so much. On Facebook, Paul Harris, Instagram, Crystal Pennington, TikTok, Yellow Rose, and YouTube, Gary Lynch. Thanks for the follows. If you want to get shouted out, just go follow us and it could be you next. If you would like to be a guest on our show, we are always looking for guests. We love hearing from anyone and everyone all around the world. We're dropping the link right now. Click it, sign up, be a guest. We'd love to have you. That also goes for topics. We are always looking for new topic ideas. If there's something you want to learn more about or you want to meet people that are experts in that topic, let us know. We will go out and find 3 awesome guests to give you 3 awesome tips on that topic. If you love what we do, we love giving out free info and helping people grow. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, send stars, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. And if you really like even more information, I do offer free one-on-one growth consultations. If you want to have a little coaching session with me, that link's being dropped right now. Big announcement, we finally have merchandise available. This is our first episode with our cool shirts on now. So you can check it out and grab one too if you'd like. And last but not least, big shout out to our sponsors. First, we have Craig Sikowski, who is a human behaviorist and a mentor, helping entrepreneurs discover their true identity, purpose, and achieve growth in business as well as life. Our next sponsor, thank you so much, Sarah Jones, used to be buried in debt in a marriage that was failing, but made a bunch of money, followed a big name program, and ended up hurting her more than it helped. So she set out, did a bunch of research, spent a lot of time, and developed her own financial foundation so that her and her husband can live the life that they want. They now travel the U.S. in a giant RV with cars and trucks attached to it, and they are financial coaches for others as well. Next sponsor is Cam Knight. Cam Knight got laid off, went and did the CPA exam, and then discovered that intelligence is a skill, not a gift. Now Cam's mission is to empower others with the tools to learn faster, think sharper, and achieve more. Check out Cam Knight. He's awesome. And our final sponsor, thank you so much for this episode, is Jeremy Roderick, author of Lead Like a King. He's a coach to high-value dads and husbands that refuse to settle for a life of frustration and resentment. Lead Like a King is the roadmap for mastering marriage, creating unshakable confidence, and leading with power and at home and in business. Definitely go check him out. And now that we've got all that out of the way, it's time for our first guest. Her name is Roxandra. Roxandra, who are you?
Hi everyone. Hi Austin and hi everyone. Yes, my name is Roxandra and I'm amazing mom. Let's put it out there. My
There we
story is
go.
the other way around. Thank you. I started my journey from hero to zero. So I had a very successful business when I was 16 and this was back in Romania. Originally I'm from Romania and I was organizing kids parties and it was super successful. I made lots of money and I love it. It was amazing, but I had a vision and I wanted to become a teacher. So I came to England. I packed my bags and just went to England to study at the university when I was 18 on my own, just following my dream. So my life was amazing until I went into a really bad burnout. And that burnout made me lose everything. financially. I was stuck in bed for years, really deep depression, pain, panic attacks, like you name it, I had it. And this is how I started my coaching business, stress management coaching, back in 2019. And I was working with moms, kids, moms, my passion.
There you
And
go.
later on, yes, it was really good because I discovered they they can really be true to who they are. And we worked on who they are as a mom, who they are as a business owner. And we discovered their gifts. And then we started working on their businesses and really have a business that they love and still look after the children. So yeah, it was phenomenal. And in the last few years, I started more into clarity. So I help more with business clarity because I learned that this is what I do very well. Looks like I have a gift for that. And I love what I do. I love it. And thank you for having me. And I cannot wait to share everything I learned so far because the social, I will say the social part and being in the right circle, it's huge. Help me to scale and help me to grow in so many ways.
All right. Well, I've got a pretty important question for you, Roxandra. If I wanted to improve my social health by finding my circle, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
Right. Okay. Good question. Good question. I would say the easiest way to put this out there is I say are three different type of circles. So I call them, the first one is the comfort circle. So what that means? That means that you are surrounded by people, maybe family or friends, that you are in your comfort zone, right? So they don't challenge you, you don't feel like you're pushed. And most of the time, it's a case of they either give you the wings that you need or it's an anchor and they keep you stuck where you are. They still love you, but you don't make a progress from a growth perspective because of their own fears, right? They keep you kind of stuck. Then the other one, I would say the other circle you can find yourself in is the codependent one. So what that means? That means that you are the one who's always there to help. You are the ones who motivates people. You are the one who you are a good listener and you give your energy and it's draining you because you don't see any growth from it. So you don't get the nourishment from it. So you're just giving, 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 but nobody's asking you, how do you feel? How are you?
Right.
So you're the helper, yeah? And then the last one is what I call it the clarity circle. So this is the clarity circle where actually you have like-minded people in that circle, and those people see your vision, those people see your dreams, those people challenge you, those people lift you up, move help you to move forward and encourage you to do the things that you want to do. And I will say, if I was you, just identify where do you find yourself, see where you are, and then start going more into the circle that you want, probably the clarity one, I will say, where you want to make a change and start changing your life.
I love it. All right. Where on your life journey did you learn this tip?
Yeah, I think I kind of created on my own based on everything I learned. So I learned a lot from Tony Robbins, from Grant Cardone, from
There
Marisa
you go.
Peers, but it's been through all my healing journey and discovery journey. So I remember when I learned about the comfort circle, how we call it, it was when my family loved me and I always was surrounded by amazing people who truly, truly love me, but they never saw my dream. Like they never saw that I can go out of a 9 to 5 job. They never saw that. And they were so scared that I'm going to fail or that I'm not going to have a stable income. And because of that, I was in that cycle of pleasing them without realizing that it's not helping me. So that was one thing. And the other one, yeah, I was a people pleaser. I was like, I was the one who was helping everyone, and I felt like so happy to help. But when you overgive, this is when I felt like, okay, what can I do different? And then the last
Yeah.
one is where my growth started, and I was like, oh, wow, you can really find amazing people who see you and they bring value in your word and they see you for who you are. And then you grow naturally because they believe in you.
Wow. Great tips, Roxandra. We're going to move on to our next guest, but don't forget those. Bring those back out in the round robin. We'll have some questions for you. Next up,
Okay.
we have Haydn. Haydn, who are you?
Hey, Austin. Thanks for having me back. Hello, everybody. I am a father. I have two beautiful children who are 4 and 3, Cassius and Philippa. I'm a husband. I'm married to Kirsty. We've been together 10 years. And I'm a coach. I work with business owners who want to maintain a high level of performance. I'm becoming a man whose name has impact. And my goal is to one day write a speech that moves the world. I see myself becoming the number one mindset coach in the world at the same time. So that's who I am and that's where I'm going.
So you're the next generation of Ed Milet's. Do, do you know Ed
Yes.
Milet?
Nope.
Oh man, he
But
wrote.
I trust you know
Like,
him.
yeah, I'll text you afterwards. But Ed Milet wrote probably the best speech I've ever seen. About
Cool.
one more thing. He's great. You'll love him. Yeah, great. I can't wait to share him with you. All right, Hayden, I got a question for you. If I wanted to improve my social health by finding my circle, what piece of advice would you give me?
I'd ask you, what are you up to in life? What is your vision for your life? What impact do you want to have in the world? If you have a future, you create yourself a future, who you want to become, what difference you want to make, you'll naturally get out in the world and start meeting people. And the right people will just show up. If you're expressing yourself authentically and expressing what you're up to fully, you're telling the truth, you will just fall into place with the right people. The second piece I'd say is I think people miss the fact that of they miss the impact they have on the circles they're in. It's not always about finding the circle. Often it's about causing the circles you're in to be how you want them to be. So have a look at, who are you being in your life now? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you thinking that's causing the circles you're already in to be the way they are? Are you putting up with things? Are you accepting things that don't work? So have a look at who you're being and being a cause in the circles you're in.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Where did you learn this tip?
Yeah, similar to Roxandra is great mentors. There are so many people who've done this before, and if you're willing to be vulnerable, give up being right, listen to others, stop acting as though your perspective is the truth, there is amazing wisdom out there that you can have guide your life. So yeah, many of the people I've met through life have been a contribution to me.
That's good. That's how it should be. You got a nice circle, and it helps you grow and grow and grow. Awesome, Hayden. We're going to move on to our next guest, and we'll bring it back out for the round robin here in just a second. Let's see what we've got for Diane. Oh, Diane is not with us. All right. All right. I guess we're moving on to the round robin. She signed off. What's up, Roxandra and Hayden? Looks like it's just going to be us finishing up the show. How are you guys doing? All right, Roxandra, can you quickly refresh what your tip was for us, audience? This is also a great time to ask questions about finding your inner circle. Roxandra, what was your tip
Yes.
again?
So I was saying to literally spend some time and see what brings you energy. I mean, in what sort of circles do you find yourself? Are those people that are around you draining your energy or they bring you energy? Are those people around you the ones that they are always asking for help and you are the one who needs to fix everyone? Or they really care about how you are feeling and they care about what your dreams are and your goals are? Because those are the questions that I think will help you to go and see where you are and what do you want to change in order to move to that clarity circle I was mentioning early on, where the growth starts. Because you are similar with what Hayden mentioned, you are authentic. But what that even means, because so many people they don't know what authenticity truly is. It's being in alignment. Who you are, what you say, what you feel is true to you. And it's just one person on this earth being you, your personality, everything. And then once you're authentic, then everything just flows. And you do start to connect with those people that see your vision and they feel you. And then beautiful things and magical things start to happen in your life.
Roxandra, you talked a little bit about being more of a people pleaser, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So tell
Yeah.
me how that has changed, or what happened in your life to make that no longer an issue with you.
Right. So I think I've been a people pleaser for a decade or even more than that because this is what I saw in the family. My mom was the one who was pleasing everyone, and she was always putting others, I would say, prioritizing their needs more than her own. And subconsciously, I thought that that's the norm. And it got to a point when at the university, for example, I was the one who couldn't say no. I was the one who was taking extra work, helping everyone else, even if I had lots of other jobs. And people started taking advantage of that. And this is when it was the first time when I was like, oh, in my head, I was like, they are all my friends. Like I'm really doing everything I can for them. But when the financially problem started, when I started borrowing money to them and I never got them back. And I was borrowing again and again and again. I was like, hold on, like I have 3 or 4 jobs. That's something that needs to change. And I think that was the first time when I realized I need to change it. And I have to stop pleasing everyone and starting saying no and starting putting some boundaries in place. And it was a long journey. It was a long journey when actually I acknowledged that, which was great. I identified it, but actually doing it, it took me a few more years. And I was doing small things like someone invited me for a party and I was super tired and I needed more rest than going to that party. I was just saying, no, or maybe I will just come for a few hours and I will go. So I started very small and then I discovered more about what I want to do. And I was very confident in saying no. And I saw the difference.
Hayden, what are your thoughts on people pleasing? Do you have any experience in that?
I thought some people pleasing. Hmm. I love what Roxandra said, where she became aware of who she was being that was attracting
Yeah.
people who are taking advantage of her. And there's something with people pleasers that they need to be liked and they're afraid to upset people. So I'd say look into what's really going on that's causing you to have this need to please everyone. And there usually is something from the past. Something's happened in the past and you've picked it up subconsciously. And it is, I agree with Roxandra, and it's something everyone can recreate themselves, discover who they're being and recreate themselves. And like Roxandra, when you discover who you are being that's causing what you don't want, and then you redevelop yourself, you will attract the right people into your life naturally.
All right, let me ask this
Mhm.
question then. So we got people pleasing that we agree is not good, right? But then we also have, I mean, relationships you should be giving, right? And life is a
Yep.
lot about giving, giving, giving. Where does it cross, and how can you identify? Roxandra, you said you self-identified. What if someone is there and maybe they do know they're people pleasing, but maybe their excuse is, oh, but I love to give. I'm giving, giving, giving. How do we solve those relationships, especially with our inner circle? That's for either of you.
If they love it, no problem. If it's having a negative impact on their life, and that's for them to say, then there's something to work out. I also give, 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 give. I believe in investing. So I invest in myself and I invest in my future. And what I have to give is my time, my skills, my wisdom, my ability. And so I just throw it away, give it all away. And constantly, the consequence of that is, as a coach, everyone around me is growing and developing so that my circle, because I'm giving to it all the time and investing in it, is
Okay.
increasing in ability, in wealth, in love, in fun, in happiness. So my life looks great because I give, 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 give. So it's really dependent on the individual and whether it's working for them or not. It sounds like for Roxandra, it wasn't working anymore. She was ready to give it up.
So Hayden, in your circle, you just give, give, give all your knowledge, but none of them like hire you as a coach.
Yeah, I've got paid clients, and I have nearly as many clients who don't pay. Then they're not financially well off, or they're just not in the position to pay what I ask for, so I coach them at no cost.
Valid. I mean, I do. Yeah, I do a lot of free coaching, and that was part of when I moved down here. But it's fascinating. They always say if you coach broke people, you get broke, and there's a lot of time I invest in people that don't pay.
Mm,
Yeah, can happen. Yeah.
yeah. I agree with what you said. I totally agree. And it's it's a case of you're giving, giving, giving. It's good. But when you're over giving, this is when the problem starts. Because even in my community, I have Super Mom's Magic Circle. It's beautiful, and we have some rules in there that you can self promote yourself every Tuesday, for example. But then when someone is posting every single day about the same program or the same course, and overgiving it and overgiving it, it's a bit too much. And sometimes you do need to step a little back and say, okay, let's see, am I helping, or actually I'm just a bit too pushy? Because sometimes we tend to give, 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 but we don't know how to get it back. And in relationships in general, we are even with compliments, we can offer compliments, but it's so hard sometimes to accept a compliment. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing with the giving. So it's a relationship are two, right? At least two people in a relationship. So it needs to be a win-win situation. You both need to bring something on the table. This is how I see it. And I'm saying that because I've been giving, giving, giving a lot. I'm not talking about doing things for free or helping a homeless or being. Yes, you do that, but you do need to make sure you don't overdo it. That
All right.
affects
We've got
you.
a we got a question from the audience for Hayden. Hayden, is there a set of criteria you have like a set of criteria for someone to enter your inner circle? Yeah, kind of a
Oh,
tough
not
one.
not not that I'm aware of. I'm sure if I had a look, I might have some prejudices around people. Um, I know what I like. I like intelligent, happy, fun people. I like people who are optimistic and they're up to something in life. They want to make a difference in the world. They're into self-development. I like those types of people.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a great question. I haven't thought about it before. So whoever asked that, well done. Yeah, you got me thinking.
Roxandra,
I
how do
I
you
did
answer that question?
Yeah, I did a video on YouTube a few years back on this actually, because it was more about how do you choose your friends and how do you let people in your life in general. And I remember I said, and I think it's a case of I give 100% to every single person I meet. I give them like 100%, like 100 points, let's say that way. And then by the time I get to know them a bit better, those 100, will drop based on things that I don't like or things are not aligned anymore, like values or needs or the way they show up or their intentions and all sort of things. But I always give 100. And then depends what happens, we are still together or not. And the same will happen with the community as well in the circle. Everyone is welcome, but then if we are not aligned, if we don't want to grow, if we are not about really bringing value and supporting each other, and if you are negative, like, then it's like, okay, it might not be the right place for you.
I'd like to add on that question.
Fascinating.
I
Okay.
had another thought if I
Okay,
can
go
add
ahead.
on that.
Of course.
Yeah, I like what Roxandra said. When you're being honest with people and you're expressing yourself fully, if people like you, they'll stick around. And if you can be yourself with people, you'll feel fine with people. There won't be any issues. Uh, People have issues when they're not expressing themselves. They're holding themselves back. They're making judgments and keeping them in. And then and there's especially people who say that what's they get drained around people. They often hold back their true selves. They don't let it out. They've got some fear going on. But with what I do with people, it's just be me. Just this is who I am, this is what I think, this is what I like and don't like. And other people will then decide whether they want to be around me or not. So I don't know if I have any rules about letting people in. It's they choose if they want to be with me more than anything.
Mm.
So you accept anyone that wants to be with you?
I will accept anyone. I may not agree with them. And if I don't like something that they're doing, or I will let them know. and, and if they aren't willing to have that conversation and deal with me, they will naturally move away from me.
All right, so you kind of just try to put yourself there and you just let nature take care of itself. People that are attracted come in, people that aren't go away.
Yeah.
Mm. Right, interesting. I'm more selective, I have to say. Are certain values or principles in life that they need to match. Unless unless they match at least two or three of those things, I see like, okay, what's the point then?
Yeah, it's fascinating because there's definitely people in my life that I would say they're way more takers, right? They're good people and they're fun and awesome, but then like I don't know. There's just people that always want this and that and this and that. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't have the energy to do all this. Or if they do, one thing they get mad at me for something I do, and I'm like, that is not a reason to get mad. I will quickly.
Hmm.
They won't hear from me for a while for sure. I'm real easy to get rid of people. What do they say in business? Slow to hire, quick to fire. I'm like that in life for friends. All right, here. I think this one's more for you, Hayden, but Roxandra, you can put yours in there too. If accepting everyone, how do you protect your peace? There you go.
I would say that acceptance is the source of peace. It's when you don't accept peaceful that people that you get that inner turmoil and you lose your sense of peace. When you're constantly trying to change people, or you think they're wrong or they should be different, that's when you lose your inner peace. But when you just accept everyone as they are, it's very peaceful. Yeah, I'm not saying you have to be friends with everyone, you have to hang out with them. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to like people or agree with them. You can accept them as they are, and there is a peace that comes with accepting people as they are.
I think she was referring to how you just accept anyone that comes into your energy, and you don't have like. Remember, as you said, you just accept whoever wants to come and spend time with you.
Yeah.
So what happens if a million people are attracted to you because you're fucking awesome, Hayden, and you've
Yeah.
got everyone texting you, everyone blowing up your phone, everyone wanting your free coaching, everyone wanting your money, everyone wanting to hang out and talk about whatever? How do you set those limits where it's like, how do you define where your circle is and who gets in and who gets out? I think that's maybe, hopefully, Lori, let me know if that's a better way to explain that.
Okay. Well, firstly, I've never reached that level of success where that many people want me, so I can't answer that. I'll let you know when I get there.
After this episode,
Yeah, I'll let you know when I get there.
Yay!
I don't know if I have anything to protect. I think I'm an open book.
well, time.
No, I don't buy into that. There's only now. Time is a myth. Time is a
So
perception.
But you don't have time to respond to 1,000 people every day.
I definitely wouldn't.
At
I
some
would hire
point,
people for that. Yeah, yeah,
I think for you,
at some point, you're gonna have to weed out people. Go ahead,
no, just I
Sandra.
think for you, it's a case of, uh, let me know if it's wrong, but you do give access to everyone because you believe in their potential and you believe in them probably. And then if things go wrong in a way of maybe if someone is lying or if someone is really crossing a boundary that you definitely don't accept, this is when you start putting those limits in place. Am I right
mm.
in thinking that? Because I don't see you
If
like a
they,
conflict, you know?
yeah, if they do something I don't agree with, I address it, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll work that out, whatever that is. For
And
boundaries,
either you'll solve it and be closer, or you won't, and they'll
yeah,
just kind of move away.
and it won't work. It
Okay.
either will work or won't work through communication. And as to boundaries, I'm constantly I love boundaries because for many people they cut something off from their life that wasn't working. What people miss with boundaries is they're also a limitation. So I think in life, yes, we set boundaries, but then the goal is to go beyond it again. So if you set a boundary, I won't let people disrespect me, or I won't let people raise their voice at me, I'll walk away. Well, later on in life, you go back
Okay.
and go, why can't I be with people disrespecting me? Why can't I be with people who raise their voice? Because that will limit you in life. People are going to disrespect you and raise their voice. And then when you can be with that and deal with that, your effectiveness and influence increases. So I think boundaries are something we got to constantly build and break down as we go through life.
Ooh,
Nice one.
man, I don't think I've ever been more aligned with you than right now, Hayden. I like it. I like it. Roxanne, did you want to say something real
No, I
quick?
saw another question there, and I'm really curious. I would love to answer that. I think Danielle, she.
Oh, well, then this one's for you. Let's ask. All right. What is the most important boundary that an overgiving person could implement?
I will keep it super simple, and I'm telling you exactly what I did and what worked for me. First, just stop doing everything for everyone. So, what do I mean by that? Is try to pause and start to be the observer. So, let them figure it out. Let them try. So, if you are the one who's coming with the solutions all the time, if you are the one who's always bringing your energy there, and you're fixing everything, yeah, so you are the fixer, and they are coming and they are asking, oh, I have this problem. They are not even, maybe they don't even mention they have a problem. They are just complaining about it, and they are just upset about it, and then you feel like you need to give a solution to it, even if they never ask for it. So first I would say try to answer only to the ones that are really coming to you with proper questions, and they definitely need your solutions. And then the other thing is, like I said early on, try not to give the solution straight away, and try to pass the ball on their corner and let them figure it out. Still be there to
Mm.
support them, but put them to be responsible for that. And that will give you a huge break. And just observe your feelings about it. How you going to feel when you're going to see that they can do that for themselves without you necessarily being the one who solves the problem for them.
I think that's well said. Well said. Hayden, we do have a comment for you as well. Um, Apparently, we can't be as angelic as you.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It takes time.
Yes, you can.
I wasn't always this way, okay? I used to be a little bastard, if we're allowed to swear on the show. Okay, I was judgmental, I was angry, I was righteous. With training and development, I've become this man. I wasn't born this way. Talk to my mum.
I used to be a
She'll let
little
you know.
bastard. I used to be a little bastard. That's my favorite line. We're making you a shirt, Hayden. I used to be a little bastard.
Yeah, cool.
Millionaires are made. Hayden wasn't, now he is. Um, no, but I feel a lot with that, Hayden. I mean, I offer free coaching, right? And I mean, financially, I've stopped giving out loans to people, kind of. But yeah, it's a lot of time and energy, and I mean, everyone almost always expects you to be available and ready to go for whatever they need. And it's at some point, it's like I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I need to go do something for myself for a little bit.
I'm choosing two
Um,
people each month, for example. This is what works for me because I used to give lots of for free before. So now I'm like choosing two. I'm choosing two people each month that I offer my services for free. And those are my giveaway. And I love it. I love it. It might work for you as well.
Nice.
I feel like almost anytime I talk to anyone nowadays, they're like, "Tell me about this and this and this." Especially with this show, because now I learn so much. I mean, I meet all these people all the time, so I have something to say about everything. Especially with you guys and all that. All right, so we get. Oh wow, we went even without Diane. We had a great show and went too long. We're gonna have to wrap this up. So I'm gonna give you each 1 minute to say your final thing if you so wish, and then we're gonna do the daily challenge. Roxandra, any last advice?
Just be true to who you are. Just don't be afraid to show up as you are, to really ask yourself, what do you want from this life? What do you really want in business or whatever it is? You don't have to please your mom, your husband. You have to please yourself, right? So you have to put yourself first, your needs, your desires, your values, and then you can give an offer to others. And then everyone else around you will be happy if you're happy with yourself. So, yeah, keep it simple. Stop complicating things. Please keep it simple and start enjoying life. Start having fun. Start making mistakes. Do it
Okay.
messy and have fun.
Hayden, any last piece of advice before we go over the daily challenge?
Do the Landmark Forum. Changed my life.
Landmark Forum.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely revolutionized me. Saved my marriage, gave me my mum back, gave me my power, discovered myself. Absolutely phenomenal program. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. That's a good tip. All right. So now we got to come up with a daily challenge. A task or series of tasks that takes 5 minutes or less, costs $0, available to anyone in the world, that helps us improve our social health by finding our circle.
Cool.
Tips. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking every day ask themselves a powerful question, because I like what Roxandra said about be true to yourself. What's worthy of your life? Who do you want to? You could ask, who am I and who do I want to be? Or what do I want? Something that's going to connect them with themselves every day.
Hmm.
That's what I'm
Ask
thinking.
them if we have no limitations, time, money, nothing at all. What sort of conversations would you like to have on a weekly basis?
Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. So how do we? So we're basically going to be asking ourselves some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, one thing I always ask clients, myself, all this stuff is, what is your MVCV, your mission, your vision, and your core values?
Cool.
So we could always play along with that. I like the like, who am I waking up? Or maybe like, who am I going to be today? Because that might change a little bit.
Mm.
You know, maybe today I'm going to a party. So today I'm going to be social butterfly. Maybe it's a Monday and you're like, today I'm going to be work my ass off day. I kind of like that. How do you feel about that, Hayden?
Yep. Great. That'll make a difference.
Who am I going to be today? Um,
Who do I need to
Good.
be
Yeah,
today
that's it.
to attract what I want?
Oh,
What do
yeah.
I'm gonna
Like
put in?
that.
What?
So if we think about the higher self, so obviously we all have that vision, or we should, we should step more into that vision. So you can ask that actually, who do I want to be today so I can attract, and then you put your goal, more money, more freedom, whatever it is from that higher self that's in you already, but you don't see it yet. Make sense?
Maybe who do I want to see today? Would that be another good one?
Who will I meet today?
Well, no, because if it's like, who do I want to interact with today? It kind
Mm.
of, if you have the same person
Gotcha.
all 7 days, they should probably be in your inner circle. If every day you're like, I want to see this person, I want to see that person,
Who?
I can kind of tell you. And
Oh,
if someone never shows up but they're always texting you, you can be like, you know what? That person never comes up, but they're always blowing up my phone. Maybe that's actually not good energy.
how about who do
Yeah.
I need today? Who do I need? Do I need joy? Do I need compassion? Do I need empowerment? Because we all have friends and they all bring us different needs, right? In a way.
Yeah. All right. So we got cool. All right. Daily challenge. So we're gonna take like 5 minutes, ask these questions. Take 5 minutes and ponder these questions.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I think you'll find some good results on that.
Hmm.
Who? What? Who do I need to be today? Who do I want to talk to today? And what do I want to attract today?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Great.
That's solid.
Yeah. Love it.
Good, good.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up this show. We are way overboard. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's super insightful. Got our daily challenge, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much, Hayden and Roxandra. And thank all of you for watching another episode of Millionaires Are Made. Today, we focused on how to improve your social health with your inner circle. I touched a little bit on Ed Milet. He does have a very awesome book about inner circles and the different rings and how you have comet friends that come in. But sometimes comet friends that you see once every couple of months can be in your inner circle if you're that close. Maybe you guys touch base, and when you see each other, it's like long lost friends. But really, the big thing is, you may have boundaries, you may not, you may have really strong boundaries, but all of that's going to decide who gets into your inner circle and who gives you energy. And we've got an awesome daily challenge. So we're going to have only 3 questions, our favorite way to do things. 3 questions, 5 minutes every day. Ponder, who am I going to be today? What do I want to attract today? And who do I need today? It might show you some things that you have